Jack always thought he was doing the right thing. Every morning, same routine, low-fat milk, whole grain cereal, a little orange juice, and off to his morning walk. He was proud of his discipline. After all, breakfast is the most important meal, right? But one morning, Jack didn't come back. He was found on the sidewalk by a neighbor, barely conscious, his lips pale, hands cold. The diagnosis? A near heart attack caused by a spike in blood sugar and inflammation. And the culprit? His healthy breakfast. This story isn't unique. It could be you. It could be your father, your wife, or your neighbor down the street. So today, I want you to stop and ask. What if the very foods you trust each morning are silently damaging your senior heart health? We'll uncover the top 5 most popular breakfasts that sound healthy, but may raise your heart attack risk, especially after 60. Leave a comment below, "I eat this," if any of these sound familiar. Don't worry, we're here to build better habits, not to shame. Stay till the end, I'll reveal one simple heart-friendly breakfast that's now my daily favorite. Because you're not just choosing a meal. You're choosing the future of your health. You know what's crazy? Cereal boxes have smiling cartoons, claims like "heart healthy," and big bold letters saying "low fat." But behind the colorful box lies a blood sugar time bomb. When I visited my friend Martha last spring, she had a pantry full of whole grain cereals. She proudly said, "The doctor told me this is good for my heart." But Martha didn't know, most cereals are ultra-processed, loaded with hidden sugars, refined starches, and even synthetic vitamins that barely absorb. After breakfast, her blood sugar spiked to dangerous levels. Her body went into panic mode. Insulin rushed in. Inflammation ignited. And her arteries stiffened silently. This isn't breakfast. It's biochemical warfare on your senior heart health. What's worse? Martha isn't alone. Studies show seniors who rely on processed breakfast cereals have a higher risk of heart attack, insulin resistance, and cognitive decline. If this sounds like you, comment below, "I've been misled." It's not your fault, the system wants you confused. But we're here to flip the script. Stick around, in just a few minutes, we'll talk about what a real heart-healthy breakfast should look like. Jack was one of the most disciplined men I've ever met. 74, a retired engineer, never smoked, rarely drank. And every single morning for the last 20 years, he started his day with a large glass of orange juice. He once told me, "It's the healthiest part of my day. Loaded with vitamin C, right?" But 3 months ago, Jack fainted in his kitchen. His wife found him slumped against the fridge, barely conscious. Paramedics rushed him to the hospital. The verdict? Severe blood pressure spike and dangerously high triglycerides. His doctor asked him to walk through his morning routine. When Jack proudly mentioned the orange juice, the doctor's expression changed. "Jack," he said, "that's not healthy food. That's liquid sugar. And that's the twist that most seniors don't know. Store-bought orange juice, even the 100% natural kind, is a highly processed beverage stripped of its natural fiber. What you get is a sugar bomb that hits your bloodstream in minutes. This leads to insulin spikes, blood pressure surges, and, over time, a dangerous strain on your cardiovascular system. But it's worse for seniors. After 60, your arteries naturally become less elastic. So when your blood sugar constantly spikes, it damages your arteries and thickens your blood. Over time, this increases your risk of heart attacks, strokes, and chronic inflammation. In Jack's case, the orange juice wasn't just unhealthy. It was silently sabotaging his health every morning. I asked Jack what he felt now. He paused, then said, "I thought I was doing the right thing. I had no idea this could be hurting me." And I know Jack isn't alone. So if you or your loved one drinks packaged juice regularly, leave a comment. No more fake health. I'll be sharing my own heart-friendly morning drink that doesn't just taste good, it actually supports senior heart health and helps balance blood sugar. Stay with me, we're just getting started. The next breakfast item is even more common, and more dangerous. You know what's heartbreaking? Mary, one of my oldest friends from our walking group, always showed up with a bright smile, and a sandwich bag in hand. Every morning, she'd munch on a slice of white bread with jam right after our walk. "Gotta refuel, right?" she'd say. She believed it was a light, healthy snack. And honestly, that's what many of us were told. But last fall, Mary collapsed during our morning walk. She was rushed to the hospital. Diagnosis: pre-diabetic, with signs of chronic inflammation and early-stage heart disease. It broke my heart. Not just because of the diagnosis, but because it was preventable. Here's the twist: white bread and jam seem innocent. But for seniors, they're one of the worst combos to start your day with. Why? Because white bread is nothing but refined flour, stripped of fiber, spiking blood sugar quickly. And jam? Pure sugar. Together, they create a metabolic storm, leading to blood pressure spikes, fatty liver, and arterial damage. For seniors, who often have reduced insulin sensitivity and slower metabolism, this combo is a silent health bomb. Worse, it offers no real nutrients to support senior heart health. No fiber, no protein, no healthy fats, just sugar and starch. And we wonder why so many elderly people suffer from cardiovascular complications, even when they think they're eating light. If this is your breakfast, or your loved ones, I want you to pause for a moment and ask: is this really fueling your heart? Or slowly weakening it? Let me know in the comments. Time to upgrade my breakfast. I read every single one of your stories, and you never know who else might need to hear it. Coming up next, a breakfast that's disguised as healthy, but might be worse than donuts. So stay with me, you don't want to miss what's next. Here's a question. What's the one breakfast that sounds healthy, looks healthy, but might be worse than a sugary donut? You guessed it, flavored instant oats. One morning, I visited my nephew Jack's house. His 68-year-old neighbor, Mr. Coleman, joined us for breakfast. "I've been eating oats every day for 10 years, he smiled. "Doctors say it's heart healthy." But when I saw the package he brought, it was maple brown sugar-flavored instant oatmeal. Here's what most people don't realize. Those little packets often contain over 12 grams of sugar per serving, artificial flavors, and preservatives. What's worse? This rapid-cook version of oats is heavily processed. The fiber is broken down, and it digests too fast, causing a spike in blood sugar, followed by a crash. That's dangerous for seniors. Especially those managing diabetes, high blood pressure, or working on heart attack prevention. The marketing screams heart health, but the actual impact? Spikes in insulin, strain on the arteries, and even risk of joint strain workouts if sugar energy crashes too soon during activity. Let's not forget, sugar-laden breakfasts increase inflammation, which can silently damage blood vessels over time. So what should you do instead? Choose steel-cut oats or rolled oats. Add fresh berries, flax seeds, and a drizzle of raw honey if needed. Balance it with healthy fat, like almond butter, and protein, like Greek yogurt. If you've ever had instant oats and thought you were making a smart choice, you're not alone. But now, you're informed. Comment: "No more instant oats for me," if you're ready to make a smarter switch. Next up, the most surprising food on this list, something 80% of people believe is a power breakfast. Spoiler: it's sabotaging your cardiovascular exercise for seniors. What if I told you that the muffin labeled low-fat at your favorite bakery might be one of the worst choices for your heart health? That's what happened to my old friend, Mr. Langley. A retired firefighter, strong and disciplined, but he had one indulgence: a blueberry muffin every morning. But it's low-fat, he told me. The box says heart healthy and great for cholesterol. So we turned the box around. The truth? It had 3 different types of sugar: refined flour, vegetable oils, and preservatives. Low fat often means high sugar. Because when fat is taken out, something has to make it taste good, and that something is usually added sugar. Sugar spikes lead to blood pressure surges, insulin resistance, and long-term heart attack risk. Especially for seniors who think they're making a safe choice. Not to mention, low-fat muffins digest quickly, causing energy crashes, making safe workouts for the elderly more difficult, a danger for balance and heart strain. Even worse, some of these muffins contain trans fats under hidden names, which raise LDL cholesterol and directly inflame the arteries. What Mr. Langley thought was a small treat turned into a daily dose of danger. So what's better? Bake your own muffins with oats, bananas, nuts, and 0 refined sugar. Add cinnamon, it helps improve circulation after 65 and stabilize blood sugar. Pair it with a protein like eggs or nut butter for longer energy. If you've ever fallen for a low-fat label, you're not alone. Leave a comment. No more sneaky sugar traps for me. If you're ready to take control. Coming up next. A breakfast drink almost everyone over 60 loves, but it might silently sabotage your heart health daily. If I had $1 for every senior who told me, "But I start my day with a glass of orange juice, it's healthy." Well, let's pause right there. Yes, it has vitamin C. But also, more sugar than a can of soda. My dear neighbor, Mrs. Carolyn, was proud of her routine. Morning walk. Stretching. A glass of orange juice. She believed it was part of her heart-healthy lifestyle. But after one dizzy spell and a hospital visit, her blood sugar was off the charts. The culprit? Her daily, healthy, juice. You see, fruit juice removes the fiber, leaving behind just the fructose and glucose. That means blood sugar spikes, which raise insulin, damage arteries, and increase heart attack risk. No fiber, so the sugar absorbs fast, just like soda. Frequent consumption leads to insulin resistance, the silent road to type 2 diabetes. Even worse, many store-bought 100% juices aren't just juice. They're reconstituted, pasteurized, and sometimes have added sugars and preservatives. For seniors, these hidden sugars contribute to dangerous exercises after 60, poor recovery, and circulation issues after 65. So what's a better way to start your day? Eat the whole orange, fiber slows absorption. Try lemon water, supports blood pressure regulation. Or a green smoothie, with spinach, chia seeds, and berries. The next time you reach for that juice box, ask yourself, is this helping my heart, or silently sabotaging it? Leave a comment. No more liquid sugar traps, if you're ready to upgrade your breakfast. Next up. A breakfast habit that seems innocent, but might be the reason your heart skips a beat. Have you ever wondered why, after a bowl of healthy cereal, do you feel hungry again an hour later? That's exactly what happened to Mr. George, my old chess buddy. Every morning, he had a big bowl of whole grain cereal with low-fat milk. He thought he was eating smart, following every doctor's advice. But George kept gaining weight. His blood pressure crept up. And he started feeling dizzy during our morning chess games. When we looked closer, we discovered the truth. Most breakfast cereals, even those labeled as heart-healthy, are packed with refined carbs and added sugars. Low in fiber and protein. Highly processed, causing fast blood sugar spikes. The worst part? Many of these cereals are marketed to seniors as healthy. But in reality, they are no better than desserts in disguise. A sugar crash mid-morning. It makes you crave more carbs, snack more, and store more visceral fat, the kind that increases heart attack risk. Even cereals that say whole grain are often made from puffed grains, stripped of nutrients and coated with syrup. And don't get me started on those low-fat dairy options. They remove the fat but often add thickeners and extra sugars. So what's the fix? Ditch the box. Try steel-cut oats, chia pudding, or even scrambled eggs with avocado. Add protein and healthy fats. They help stabilize blood sugar and blood pressure. George made the switch. Within a month, he felt lighter, clearer, and his doctor noticed real improvements in his cardiovascular health. If you've ever been fooled by the healthy cereal trap, share your story below. Or comment, no more dessert for breakfast. Coming up next. A warm morning favorite that might be clogging your arteries one bite at a time. Ah, the comfort of a warm bowl of instant noodles. Quick. Cheap. Tasty. And for many seniors, a nostalgic meal from simpler times. But let me tell you about Mrs. Eleanor, my neighbor from down the street. She's the sweetest 72-year-old you'll ever meet. Every time I visited, she had a smile, and a cup of noodles in hand. She thought she was making a smart choice. It was just a light meal. But what she didn't know. One small cup of instant noodles can be a time bomb for your heart health. Here's why. Extremely high in sodium, one serving often exceeds daily sodium limits. Contains trans fats and hydrogenated oils. Lacks fiber and protein, leaving you hungry and craving more. Often laced with MSG and preservatives that strain your circulation and blood pressure. Within months, Mrs. Eleanor began feeling fatigued, swollen in the ankles, and noticed irregular heartbeats. After a hospital visit, the diagnosis: elevated blood pressure, poor circulation, and early signs of heart strain. She was shocked. All from something she thought was harmless. You see, our arteries are sensitive to what we eat. Too much salt causes them to harden. Too much fat clogs them. And poor quality ingredients cause inflammation, the root of almost every heart attack. So what's the better option? Warm soups made from vegetables, lean proteins, and low-sodium broth. Add whole grains like barley or brown rice. Or try homemade miso soup with seaweed and tofu, packed with nutrients, gentle on the heart. Mrs. Eleanor switched. And guess what? She still enjoys her warm hug in a bowl, but now, it's healing her, not hurting her. Have you or a loved one relied on instant noodles too often? Comment below, no more salty shortcuts, and share your favorite heart-friendly alternatives. And coming up next. A breakfast drink that most seniors think is healthy, but might be silently destroying your heart. You'd never guess this one. It sits in your fridge. It's labeled 100% natural, no added sugar, heart healthy. But what if I told you that one glass of this healthy juice can do more damage than a candy bar? Let me tell you about my old friend Walter, a war veteran, 68 years old. Every morning, he drank a tall glass of orange juice, said it helped him start the day fresh. But month after month, he started feeling more tired. His blood pressure rose. His triglycerides climbed. And his doctor finally traced it all to his daily juice. Because even if the label says, no added sugar, fruit juices are loaded with natural sugars, stripped of fiber, and digested rapidly. This causes insulin spikes, increased triglycerides, inflammation in arteries, higher stroke and heart attack risk in seniors. Walter was stunned. He thought juice was a safe, healthy habit, but it was a hidden saboteur of his cardiovascular health. So what's the solution? Choose whole fruits, with all the fiber, antioxidants, and slow-digesting sugars. If you love juice, dilute it with water or blend it into smoothies with greens and nuts. Or better yet, switch to green tea or beetroot juice, both improve circulation and lower blood pressure. And most importantly, don't trust labels. Trust your knowledge. You're not just trying to avoid illness, you're building the identity of someone in the top 1% of seniors with strong hearts. If you've been drinking healthy juices every morning, tell me below. No more sugar traps. And don't forget to join our Facebook group Living Strong with Harold, where we help each other stay alert, active, and artery-friendly every single day. Up next, we wrap it all together. What do these 5 breakfasts teach us about longevity, and how can we apply them starting tomorrow morning? So now you know. It's not just bacon. Not just juice. Not just toast or margarine. It's the story we tell ourselves every morning. A story of convenience, or of courage. Of routine, or of renewal. Because each bite you take is a vote for the body, the mind, and the future you want to create. Are you voting for inflammation? For sticky blood? For fragile arteries? Or are you choosing to become the kind of senior who thrives? I've made my choice. And I hope today you'll make yours. Let's recap. Skipping breakfast. Not a solution. Cereal with whole grains. Often a sugar bomb. Toast with margarine. Trans fats and inflammation. Processed meats like sausage or bacon. Atherosclerosis on a plate. Healthy fruit juices. Just sugar in disguise. But here's the twist. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to remember who you are. I am the kind of person who protects his heart. I am the kind of senior who shows up for life. I am in the top 1% of the strongest elders on earth. So here's your next step. Join our Facebook group, Living Strong with Harold. Share this video with a friend who needs to wake up with a purpose. And comment below, I choose heart health, every morning. This isn't just a change in breakfast. This is a new beginning. Because you're not just breaking your fast. You're breaking the cycle of habits that destroy your future. Until next time. This is Mr. Harold Bennett, cheering you on, one heart-strong day at a time.